What's up, guys? I know the title might seem pretty obvious, but honestly, if you're feeling ways that I felt before, if you're feeling down, if you're having some thoughts of unaliving, then it's really not obvious. Because we want to do things that make us happy, obviously. However, depression and anxiety and whatnot gets in the way. And so we tell ourselves we can't do these things. We can't do anything that makes us happy. When we feel this way, or at least when I feel this way, I want nothing more than to just lay in bed and do nothing. I don't want to hang out with anyone. I want to be alone, and I just want my space, and I want to have no responsibilities, you know? There's no way you can find happiness like that. Unless doing what makes you happy is being on your phone 24/7. Personally, I'm a person who needs to get out. I need to get out and do things, so that's just not an option for me. And I'm sure it's the same for a lot of you guys, The phone is nice, it's a good distraction, but it's not fulfilling. And it's not fulfilling because the only thing that can fulfill you is you, the viewer. You can't seek fulfillment or happiness rather, from material items or from places or from people. It's you. It's all about you. And when I just said people, but even when you're around like the people you love the most, it doesn't matter if you don't love yourself. You have to find love within yourself before you can love others. I know just saying do whatever makes you happy is easier said than done. Trust me. Yeah, I want to tell you guys about my day yesterday. So me and Esther went to this place called the Goldfield Ghost Town, which is a town up in Arizona. It's basically some gold miners, they used to mine a shit ton of gold back there, and now it's just a ghost town, but they kind of revamped it to be like a tourist attraction, so it was really cool. There was like this mine tour that we did. There was this thing called like the Mystery Shack, shout out to Gravity Falls. There was a zip line, there was a train ride, like all around it was just a really fun time. But we've been meaning to do that for quite a while, and it was really hard to just like get the plans together and do it, But like once we actually did, and once we like seeked that, it was like, okay, this is gonna make me happy. That's what I felt like. It was like, okay, this is gonna make me happy if I go here. But that's not true. Just going to somewhere doesn't make you happy. You have to find that happiness. And I did. I found that happiness yesterday. I had a wonderful time at Ghost Town. I've talked a lot about the block of, not wanting to get better coming from us, but sometimes you get restricted by others, and that's what I want to talk about right now. Sometimes we just restrict ourselves because we wonder what others might think. For example, let's talk about skateboarding. I love to skateboard, but let me tell you how I used to be when I would go out and skateboard. I would go out and I would go in like a public space, where there wouldn't be many people. I didn't want there to be any people watching me. If someone walked past on the street, I would stop skateboarding because I was worried what they would think of me. Skateboarders do get a bad rep sometimes, so that just really freaked me out. I didn't want to do that. But nowadays, I'm more comfortable in my own skin, and I don't let that type of stuff bother me. And we can talk about how you can get to that place in a different video, but you have to try and make yourself happy. And what is your happiness worth to you? Is it worth pushing past and skateboarding even when people are looking? Because to me it is. And you have to find out what your happiness is worth to you, and what those restrictions that you place on yourself, like, how are they affecting you, and how can you move past them? Because you can't just avoid things. You can't lay in bed all day and hope to get better. You have to make it. You have to do it yourself, because you have all the power. You're not powerless, man. You're not powerless. You have all the power in the world, and you need to focus your energy on something good. That way that power can be used for good. And by focusing your energy on something good, I mean do a hobby, hang out with your friends, your girlfriend, boyfriend, parent, I don't care. Have a nice support system if you can. And get help if you need it. You can't put your life on hold because you're feeling down and depressed and having thoughts of unaliving. Your life is still continuing, and you need to continue where you left off. If you stopped doing a hobby because you felt down, start doing that hobby again. If you stopped hanging out with a certain friend because you felt down, reach out to them. Tell them you care about them. Find what makes you happy. Because if you're not in a search for happiness, then sadness will find you much easier. It's a lot easier to be sad than it is to be happy, it seems. At least for me. But I want to say all around, yesterday I had a pretty good day. I felt fulfilled yesterday because I felt like I did what I wanted to do. Not because I was at Goldfield, or I mean it was because I was at Goldfield, but it wasn't just because I went there. It was because I went there and I tried to enjoy myself and I tried to have a good time and I was open to any possibilities. And that's what I want you guys to do the next time you go somewhere. Even the next time you go to school or work, I want you to be open to possibilities, because if you're open and you just try your best and you detach yourself from the reward, whether the reward is going home or getting paid, and you focus on trying your best, happiness is way easier to come by. It doesn't come to you. You have to go to it. You have to seek it out yourself, and that's the point I wanted to make in this video today. So I appreciate you guys listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe.